And the audio's working, and the video's working. Yay! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tenements of the Great Rift. This is a D&D, mostly 5th edition with a whole lot of homebrew. We're 100% in homebrew territory now. Doing it live campaign. It's been a little bit since our last session because of some life happens stuff. So, we'll just give a quick recap of what happened last time, now that I'm clicking onto the correct thing. Short version. Last time we were here, we encountered some demons, big scary ones, and some little ones looking for what they called the bodies, and presumed that they meant our elf friends who have perished defending this rift that has opened up. We fended them off. And then witnessed and participated in the creation of the Court of Undying, which was indeed the 4 elves we once knew. And we knew that was coming because of some insider info from earlier in the campaign. So that was fun. At the end of this, we saw them commanded to defend the Great Rift in order to give us the time that we need to take care of any business we want before going into it to take on our final conflicts, if you will. At this point, we have, according to Osiris, 7 days. So that's pretty brief because that encounter took a little bit, and then the creation of the Undying Court was detailed and intense, and I loved every moment of it. Is there anything else you guys want to add to that before we just get going into today?
That's about it.
Sounds good.
We're good.
Okay. So we've basically ended on like you have 7 days. Poof. Osiris and Kelemvor have left, and you witness the 4 now ascended elves going to carry on their task. What would you guys like to do?
Did we go to sleep?
Yeah, we were still talking about what to do next.
Did you go to sleep? All of this happened. You're at like midday, if I recall correctly. This happened. Like you woke up, you went to go see Braylon.
Yeah, we threw rocks with him.
Stuff happened, and when you came back is when all this transcended.
Because at some point we had talked about going to see Bang as well. And Taryn wants to go see, wants to go to the temple, and y'all want to go see your families. There's a lot. I just want to read.
Sure.
I just want to read and train my hippogriff.
There you go.
Fair.
Although, actually, Whirl and Cal, and Iz, for that matter, anyone who is non-flying, how interested are you in flying?
I mean, I can cast fly on myself.
I ask because we're about to enter into battle with the dragon. And I feel it would behoove us to have as many people in the air as possible.
Fair.
And as I recall, it was quite frustrating for Cal in particular to, in our last battle, not our last battle, in the battle with the tree, when he was kind of stuck. And, he was stuck on the platform by himself and couldn't get elsewhere. And so even if even if the idea isn't for you guys to be on the hippogriffs for the entire battle, but to at least be comfortable enough with the hippogriffs to use them as a tool and to be able to call them when necessary. I think that would be an important asset for us to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Oh, I'm for it. I have ways that I can get myself up in the air if I really need to. I can't fly, but if necessary, I can get myself 60 feet up into the air. I'm going to fall, but hopefully.
Just show up. Ah.
Ah.
I think that's quite a risky move if you just go 60 feet into the air, then don't have a way to like softly land or guarantee a safe fall, you know?
Well, so the way that I see this is if the dragon is up in the air, hopefully about that height, then I can pinpoint where it's at, or at least, you know, based on the trajectory, and be like, boop, and then, you know, land on something, on some part of it. I don't know. I feel like it might be able to predict that, though. I don't know dragons that well. I'm just going to assume that it can just immediately understand teleportation and be like, nope,
Yeah,
so that might be bad.
This, my friends, is another reason that I want to finish my book.
Okay,
Sure.
cool.
Oh,
Great idea.
Also, that book was written by a bunch of folks. Well, not a bunch of folks. At least one folk in particular,
Who is involved?
who is involved in this fight, and it, yeah. So you know, it might give us some ideas for things.
Yeah.
So while y'all are out gallivanting
Okay.
across the Laroon,
Rude.
I will I will hold down the fort, so to speak, and yeah, and read and train.
Speaking of holding down the fort, I have an idea with the Hallow spell that I need to
Right.
ask Lymora and Elrar about. So that's my plan, is to head over there as soon as we figure out what we're all doing.
Yeah, so in the gallivanting front, I roll. Is there any more stuff we might want? Because I believe I have one, if not two, wealthy benefactors in my hometown, and one of them might be my dad. Because if we do the math of like what we know about genies, right? He said he is revered as a god somehow, kind of, on the place that he's from, which is fucking wild to me. Or a king. It was a king, not a god.
King, yes.
Also, I don't remember, like, above the table, I don't remember if this is a fact that Andrea knows or if this is just a fact that was said in game, but that your level of status in a way as a genie somehow derives from your horde.
Yes, I do recall you guys doing some general history and religion checking for that. So there is some general knowledge across the group, though I don't remember who specifically, but across the group, that is true. But it's and there's a differentiation between that and, like, say, dragons and their hordes. Dragon hordes are, in game, are more along the lines of their own greed and materialistic. What do you call them? Wants.
Like
narcissism.
Narcissism and that, the traits that go with I need more stuff. Materialistic. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Insatiable.
Yeah. And for genies and that sort of status thing, it's usually more of a given tribute sort of thing, and therefore
Right.
your hoard, yes, as you said, is like a marker of status that is visible to other people.
Right. So, like, hypothetically, if he's revered as a king and your level of status is based on, in a way, the amount of things that have been given to you, my dad might be loaded, and I have no idea. Also, there was a wealthy benefactor from my hometown that sent me to school. So maybe I could, like, con him or nicely talk to him into being like, do we want some stuff? If there's anything, or, like, diamonds or like shoes or like any stuffs that we think we might still kind of want to look for with our like low moneyed hands, let me know, because we might be able to do that.
I also have this massive bag of money that the constable gave me
Right,
to
I thought that
buy
was
supplies with.
true. I thought that was specifically for your spell because your spell was already spendy.
It is. It costs a lot, but I'm sure, and then I'll like look into the bag. I'm sure that if you need some like stuff to like move around and
Sure.
spending money, there's like stuff in here that would probably be fine.
Great.
So
Okay.
two things. I think if I might volunteer, Andrea,
Sure.
as the resident vicious note taker, could you maybe start tacking down a priority list?
Sure.
And all of you with this, keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to stay together. I am not a don't split the party kind of guy, especially given the amount of time that you have, or at least that you've been told you have, because you could always fuck around and find out. And then two, as far as the places that some people want to go, in character you would know that even flying would cost you a lot of that time. So
Right.
there is maybe some problem solving to do in that front if you want to do those things. Go to those places that you guys
Sure.
have mentioned to me you want to go.
So, we can move around quickly because of me, to an extent. If I've been there already, dope. If we have an item from that place, that also helps a lot for me to like visualize what the space looks like. But it also looks like only Iz and I are the people that want to move away from Red Larch at the time, for the time being. Is that correct, team?
I mean, yeah.
Great.
Yes.
So my thought.
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh no, you're good. My thought was if we bounce the first 2 days and then come back and help with whatever other like team shenanigans we want to get done, then that like knocks all the things out. That way I can still be around to help with like studying and things, and I can like touch people and give you guys high fives and like, you know, good brain thoughts so that you're better at reading stuff or better at talking to animals. How does that sound?
This is extremely good.
Taryn, how long does your spell take?
24 hours to cast.
Dope.
God.
So
Do you want snacks or something? Do you want
Yeah.
just like a pillow for it? What do
Gatorade?
you?
Yeah.
What do you need?
So it's not like I'm gonna be sitting there moving the entire time and not being able to eat. I'll have like the ability to consume food, but
Cool,
you know.
cool.
I just have to constantly be doing this. I might get a little tired, but that's what the other 5 days are for.
Just set him up a camelback of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. I have one of those
Baja
hats that
Blast.
have like drinks with the straws coming out of it.
Excellent.
And if my idea works, it'll only be about 1 or 2 days that I could cover Red Larch with the spell.
Okay.
Oh, so would you want to do it towards the end of the week then?
I would rather get it done earlier because so we can protect it longer.
Okay.
And then we'll be safe to do whatever we want inside, and we won't have to worry about. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we don't have to worry about things coming and getting us while we're in town, and we'll have a
Sure.
safe haven.
Cal? Do you have any thoughts? Do you want to just like punch a bag a bunch of times? Like what's your plan?
I will assist as needed. Otherwise, I will probably just train and possibly help the town in whatever way I can.
I bet Fang could really use your help if anything comes down to it.
I will not be a punching bag for him, but perhaps there is other things I can do.
God, this is crazy, guys.
Oh yes.
Did we
Hard
ever
agree.
check in on the ward that we gave him? Don't you remember the?
Oh no,
the-
we had a
the
chance to. 'Cause It's
ex-cultist.
been like 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The like chick we rescued, and we're like, hey, do you want a friend? It's literally been 3 days.
Y'all want a job?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Hey Fang, do you want to take care of this person now? They're kind of traumatized. Yeah.
I
Yep.
have lost my note on this. What was her name?
No idea.
Remember.
Oh
Hold
shit, hang
on. We'll get there. I remember.
I
talking
am
to
not
her
the
brain.
note taker of this group.
I think
I
that's
am
one of
the I am the dumper.
Bubble
of-
dissipates. It was
of
the
humans.
air cult we rescued them from at the
Water.
end, right?
Water.
That was-
I think that's one
I'm
of the things I
looking.
lost when I had a complete like computer
Oh,
go poop
sure.
issue.
Mm,
right. It was right around the like dancy lights, right?
Mhm.
Are you sure that was water?
I think so.
It was a water cultist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you rescued her from the fire dungeon.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
earlier.
Because it was like
Oh,
that big
okay,
cage.
it's been
It was a
earlier.
water
Lava and
cultist.
stuff.
Yes.
Bastion, Terran chooses power, free prisoners. So it would have been
My God.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wait,
remember that.
section 42.
Terrasil? Is that
No.
no?
That is a different
was in the-
important person.
She was in the
Magic figure.
caravan. I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, okay,
Again,
no,
my
no.
notes are
Diorama?
horrendous. I
I'm pulling
have
up
the worst notes.
Yeah. I have Diorana. Diarana.
Serana, maybe?
It's
I have.
Diorana again. Afraid I'm sure of what she's going to do. No direction. Lingers on Gar. Because that was when I was reading her thoughts. 'Cause she was the like quiet one in the back, and we were like, "Girl, what'd you do?" Because then Teresiel was the one that we found that was the elf that we thought was
Mhm.
there was the like he was the person from the academy. And those are only names. And then I have Carlos and Jarly
Yeah, I have that too.
for 2 other people. Because it was like Diarathra, but not Diorana.
Mm-hmm.
That's her name. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah.
4 prisoners.
Do we
caravan
care?
merchants.
I guess, do we care about this person? I was just curious if we cared about all of these people that we brought back to this town and dumped on people to take care of them.
I mean, we could
Um,
make sure she's good. Again, she has been here a whole less than a week.
Mhm.
Confirmed.
Looking at the
Diorana.
calendar.
Confirmed.
Nailed it. Took me long enough. Christ. I mean, since we're going to Fang's, because Iz still has armor with Fang, because you were wearing my armor.
Right,
Yes.
right.
That way I will have an AC of 15 when we get done with this.
I will still be at 15.
So easy to hit. I'm so easy to hit.
Mhm.
It is possibly a problem.
It's part
Okay.
of fun, though.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I can get everyone an extra +2 now because of
Buckwild.
Bless.
Channel Divinity.
High level shit,
Hell
man. Okay. Game plan.
I like those.
Yes. Fang today do we just want to have like a chill afternoon and like maybe do some book reading, maybe some like not doing other things, and then tomorrow is when I will start bouncing? Is there anything else we want to get accomplished before we come back, or should we bounce at the end of the week, or like does that make sense?
It does.
I mean,
I
sorry,
think-
you go.
I think leaving earlier in the week in case your travels take longer than you anticipate. In case people need more from you in whatever your spaces are, right? If your fancy benefactor says, yeah, I can get you this, but it'll take 2 days.
Sure.
I would rather have that 2 days early than, later in the week. Also, I would love to run over to the Birdman, not the Birdman.
Birdman!
I don't remember the name of the gentleman
The
who's housing
stable-keeper?
our hippogriffs. Yes. And let him know about my intentions of like being around and training and saying like, hey, can you help me figure out, since you've been doing so much wonderful work with these birds, with these hippogriffs, with these creatures, let's figure out the best way to accomplish this thing.
That is Thorsk Thelorn.
Thorsk.
Force.
Names.
I'm gonna send you guys actually a table that I have here.
Awesome.
Um, and I believe I've done an accurate job of keeping only the ones that you've actually met.
Owner.
Met. Nice. Crazy.
So I'll
That's
put that in
higher
our
enough.
Discord in campaign talk.
Oh.
Thank you.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, because everything else after that is stuff for me, but not you.
Hmm.
Imdar, not Elrar.
Fabulous.
So many names that
Yeah.
I don't recognize
Guys, we
at
have-
all.
Guys, we have lots
No.
of last name now. Yeah, there's a couple that are, I don't know.
Well, you guys did get to Red Larch 2+ years ago, so
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. These are
Fuck wild.
these are just letters that are jumbled together at this point. Like I can't make here nor there of these. Anyway, great. So yeah, let's go over to Fang. Let's go over to Thorsk, and then let's take a well-deserved evening
Time?
break.
Nap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, you play a drinking game.
Yes.
Yeah, while you guys head over to Thorn, or not Thorn, to Fang, I think I'm gonna run my plan by Lymora and Imdar, just because I don't have anything over there right now, and I want to get on this as fast as possible. And
Okay.
see if it even is possible.
Oh.
Okay.
So our
I
first
should meet.
Sorry?
I was just gonna say I should be able to meet you guys back up at Thorns, but but I'm not sure, depending on how long this conversation lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
got it, bud.
So first thing sounds like Fangs? Question mark?
I
Thanks.
think so. Yeah.
Okay. And simultaneously, the All Faith Shrine.
Yep.
So As much as I would love to split into 2 people and run 2 things at the same time right now.
Okay.
That'd be pretty fucking cool. Let's go to Fangs.
Whoa.
Who's all going? I know at least not Taryn.
Nailed it.
Names.
It's been like a month. It's okay.
Who are we again?
It's good. It's all good.
What is this campaign? This is Curse's Shroud, right?
Is this D&D?
Okay, so
I think it's everyone but Taryn is
Okay.
going.
Sounds
Kyle's
good.
just following people around, having thoughts, being a muscle.
Excellent.
Doing a
Okay,
strong.
so in game, you all would remember that Fang had a sign on his door the last time you tried to go there, splitting his day essentially into 2 parts. Yeah.
Right.
The early part of the day into like early afternoon being like actually manning the shop sort of thing. And then the latter half of the day being like training for volunteer combatants.
Right.
You have not yet hit the time cutoff, but you're maybe an hour off.
Well, it's hustle.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
Dimension door.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
That puts us here. Going to Fangs. Okay.
Gonna thanks.
Approaching the shop, you'll see that the outside of the building is recently repaired. Not an unfamiliar sight for the town, given the activities that have happened here over the last day, and like weeks leading up to it. And then you're going to hear, where's my mouse? There we go. You're going to hear a bunch of metal on metal and metal on wood scraping and pounding sounds, indicating people at work.
Cool. Knock on the door. Hey, Fang! And friends! Hello!
There is
Hi.
no response.
Hello! Fang! Hello! They must be really busy.
Is the door open? Like, is it unlocked? Or can I just like super kick it open and then also fall down probably? Yeah.
Gert walks in.
Gert walks in.
Constitution save.
Spoiler alert, the door is unlocked. And you'll see, Gert, some modifications on the interior here. The entire left half of the shop is mostly enclosed, with the exception of like one window sort of opening that's like a maybe 4 or 5 feet wide and 4 feet tall or so. And into it you can actually see Dirana hard at work at like a long table going along the inside of this, so like other side of the current wall than you, with a whole bunch of shields and various weapons just kind of strewn about on this table. And this is one of the several sources of pounding and metal scraping that you can hear. She does not even like lift her head when you guys walk in. But at the end of the shop, in the back where the desk, quote unquote, was before, you will also see Fang hard at work, in this sort of different way. He's got this strange looking hammer in one hand that you haven't seen before. It's kind of got this weird shape where the head of the hammer is disproportionately enlarged, and then like a teeny point where it's held on the handle, and then the back end is almost shaped like an axe head. And he's sort of giving 1 pound at a time and then chanting a few words at what he's working on in front of him, and then another pound and then chanting a few words and another pound. There's like 3 or 4 seconds in between each strike of the hammer.
He's casting something. Should we interrupt him?
No.
No. I'm hesitant. Let's run over here real quick. Let's check in with her, see how she's doing. Because she's just doing regular work, and then as soon as he stops chanting, then we can sneak in, and maybe she knows where your armor is.
Yes.
So we go over to the girl.
And the window.
Yes. Hello, new friend.
I had to burp exactly at the wrong moment. Excuse me. And so you're gonna like intentionally look in and say hello. You'll actually see a little bit more on the back end of. I'm saying back, like looking farther in, because it's a long building, right? So looking farther in the long way, you'll see racks from floor to ceiling of a bunch of really clean, pristine, I'll say complete looking weapons and shields. And she'll be like super hunched over in her spot and just look up at you. And she'll have on these what I'll describe as goggles, but that's kind of actually rare in this world, or like a foreign kind of object to you guys. So she's got these glass looking spectacles with like a leather strap going all the way around her back, and it's squeezing onto her face and kind of distorting her nose and mouth like that. She just goes, "Hi. Is this for you?" And she's kind of pointing over her shoulder at like the full racks of equipment.
No. Just one thing. Just a singular item. It's armor that to do cool things like this. And she just like flicks her hands down and just like changes into Whirl's clothing like this.
Oh yeah, Fang was working on that for you. And then she's gonna like awkwardly stand up, and like a tool will tumble over, and she has to like step over things as she's moving around. She's clearly like literally buried herself in the work that she's doing here. And this is one of the things I lost. I apologize. What was the name of that armor again that you were trying to mimic?
It was glamored studded leather armor.
Glamored,
but it was
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the kicker, was that Oral can do the glamours and like can do the body, the clothing changing, and is good enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's gonna pull out this piece of what looks at first just like cloth. And sort of just like hold it up and give it a like you do with like a shirt that's a little wrinkly or something like that. And like give it a little once over on both sides, and just kind of crumple it the long way in one hand and hand it over to you. He says you'll like the style. I don't really get it, but I guess you will.
Okay. Well, neat. Great. Iz will take it and then just start like doffing the armor of Whirl and being able to like slide it right back over to her. This is for you. I guess this is for me. Cool. And, like awkwardly start putting it on. Like, where do the arms go? How do I?
Right.
So at first,
I think I got it.
when you take it, it kind of just looks like the thinnest piece of cloth you had ever seen. And the way it looks, I'm just gonna say, because I'm having a hard time actually describing it, I'm gonna say basically like Frodo's mithril armor.
Cool. Okay.
It just looks like a really thin shirt, maybe long shirt, almost dress sort of thing. But then when you put it on, it takes on exactly the shape and look that you would like it to take.
That's cool. I think Iz would like immediately think of like her regular armor, which is as a reminder, just segmented pieces of armor that shift for whenever she like changes into a different person. because she didn't have any cool glamour things. It was just had to make do. So it looks like that immediately. She's like, wait, what the fuck? Interesting. Okay. And then she squeezes her eyes shut for like a quick second and then looks back open and suddenly it's like the cultist robes.
Nice.
She shakes her head and then it looks like Cal's armor. This is cool. Thank you, and tell Fang thank you for that. I think I paid. I can provide a tip if necessary because this is fantastic.
You're welcome. And then you'll hear one final ping from the other side of the room.
That's my boy back there. Yeah, Fang.
Fang's going to actually like look up. That particular pounding of his hammer gave off a different resonant sort of sound that stereotypically would indicate finished. And now he's looking up at you with a look that's slightly different from what you've seen him in before as well. It seems that the hammer is not the only thing that is updated about his look. He's got his hair sort of slicked back and put up in a clean ponytail, and instead of the typical like random pieces of armor and gear that he had normally worn before, sometimes only like a shoulder piece at a time, like whenever he presented himself in this shop, it was always like he was half working on something or like wearing a current project while he was trying to sell shit to people. Now he's wearing a this really beautiful custom mix of leather and steel pieces that is obviously very fitted to him and completely saturated with dedications and symbols and emblazoned with adornments to Gond, which is mostly represented by gears and hammers. You can see that this is more ceremonious sort of garb that he's wearing at the moment.
Sorry, we didn't want to interrupt. You seemed like you were working on something important.
I was.
You clean up nicely, by the way. Looks good.
Thanks. It seems to be presenting in my work now as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to compare
Absolutely.
notes, by the way. How is your spear treating you, sir? And he's going to hold up what he had been working on. Very similar looking spear, two-pronged. Looks like it's basically gold-plated. How is yours coming along?
Very fine.
May I see it?
I'm gonna lean over real quick to Cal and go, I think you were supposed to sharpen it with some like fancy sharpening thing that he gave you like a while ago. We've been busy.
It still works fine. I'll hand it over.
He's gonna sort of take the two and look at them side by side, cross them a little bit, look it up and down, and tap them together, and they'll give off this very clean, like metal on metal, almost like a tuning fork, but much louder ping with each other. I see it's still holding up well for you, but you've chosen not to improve it. Is that by choice?
We have been busy.
Ah. Well, would you like an upgrade?
Anything to help in the fights ahead? How much would an upgrade cost?
Your current spear and the stone. For this one. Or if you would keep the stone, I could part with it for 100 gold.
Do we think we'd need the stone for any other purposes?
I mean, we have a week. Does anyone else have something that needs polishing? Do you have anything that anything stabby that needs to be polished?
I mean, not really. Actually, Fang, I've been meaning to give this back, and she'll sling the quiver over her shoulder and hand it over to him. Can I don't really even need to, like, sell this to you. I can't really use it anymore. It served me really well. No, unable to.
Well, how the hell does that happen?
Long story. I think it would better serve you and the people of Red Larch a little bit better.
Huh. Well, I guess I won't take
though.
it personally.
No, please don't. No, I would keep it if I could, and honestly, I probably could just for memories, but then I feel like I'd be wasting the potential of it. So if you want this and this, and she'll, like, sling her crossbow off of the other shoulder. I'm just not really good with it anymore. They're really good though. Like, they haven't degraded in quality. I did kind of, like, the very bottom of the quiver, I, like, etched all of our names in it, just, like, really bored one night, and I thought that it was really cool. You can like sand that down if you really want to, if you want to give that to somebody, but just wanted to repurpose it, if that's okay.
Don't you want to keep it just in case?
I don't know. It's okay.
Well, I could certainly think of
Insight
a couple
check.
people who could use it just in case.
Yeah. I mean, have them on a loan, I guess, maybe, if they wanted to try and use it.
Well then, Mr. Cal, if you want it and the stone, I think I'd call that a fair trade.
If you believe so, I will trust your judgment.
Tell me then, how goes the fighting? How are my recruits doing? Do you know?
At the rift?
I don't
Well,
know
of
that
course.
we've been up there yet.
We haven't been to the rift yet.
But we've sent some friends to help. They're sure holding down the fort for us.
Are they gods? Kind of. Yeah. They're gods. We sent you some gods.
Yeah.
You're telling Fang this?
Sure, yeah.
He's gonna kind of like raise an eyebrow and like look at you, Gert, and then like look over to Taryn.
Aaron's not here.
Taryn's
Oh
not
yeah,
here,
Taryn. Look over to the other three of you, I guess. And then he's doing like the side eye thing without really moving. Just gets a smirk and says, "Well, I can't really claim to know what's going on, but I guess nothing would surprise me these days."
Question over the table. I still have the great sword of life stealing in my bag.
Yes, because you wanted it, but you can't wield it because you're not strong enough. I think that's what we kind of claim to.
Yeah, I can't really use it. I was holding on to it for the I can't think of the word right now for the angel.
Templar?
The Templar.
For the Templar. But I don't. Do you guys think we need to keep it?
Was it the Templar sword? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
I mean,
Yes, 100%. This is a Templar sword.
can Cal use it? Eyes to Cal.
What is it again? What's the definition of it?
So it is
Sword
it
of
is
law.
a 6-pound heavy two-handed sword. It does 2d6 damage, and if you do a 20 on an attack roll, it deals an extra d10 necrotic damage, as well as giving you a temporary 10 hit points.
You have the most attacks, and you can roll some of them at advantage, so you have the best shot at getting the nat 20 on that, which you do on occasion.
And it just regularly does 2d6 slashing damage.
Sorry, so I just want the basics.
It is
Sure.
a great
So
sword, right?
It's a
yeah,
great
it's
sword.
a 2d6 great sword.
Martial. Okay, I just because it would make no sense if I just couldn't actually wield it, but it is, I guess, a martial weapon, and I am proficient in martial weapons. So yes, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Great. As long as you give it back to the Templar as soon as we come in contact with him again. Because this is his sword. And he's the one who, I'm supposed to give this back to him. I'm pretty sure. Well, because here's the thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to give it back to him, or if I was just supposed to take it back to the tree. I think I was just supposed to give it to the tree.
But then we removed it from the tree so we could come home. So either way, it is ours now. Because it's the rod, right?
Yes.
So I think it's ours. Either way, we should probably not get rid of it yet.
They also, the Templar in the tree said that the rod would lead you to the Templar now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we should probably keep it.
Yes. No. I wasn't thinking about selling it.
Sure.
But
on this ancient artifact.
Yeah, you want this magic thing that I think? No, but yeah, I was just trying to figure out the most effective way for us to use this, because I'm not using it, right?
It was also specifically meant for you. I would feel bad in taking something away that was destined for you, but if it doesn't feel like it's calling to you in any such way, then
I think you just touched it first.
I did.
Yeah.
That's it. I just touched it because I touch things. I
pushed hearts and minds.
I pushed the button.
Get your heads out of the gutter.
I pushed the button, but I think the purpose that I was supposed to have for it has been accomplished. I used it to guide us to the vision of the Templar, and the vision of the Templar told us that it will also help us find real Templar again. So why not have someone who can actually use the weapon? I don't think you're going to feel it any less than I will when you're close to him, is what I'm saying. Because it was pretty obvious what I was supposed to do. So. Okay, sorry. I just needed to get
Bring
that
it out.
all, because
Okay.
I was also thinking that it might be a good idea for me, I know I upgraded my armor recently, but it might be a good idea for me to get heavy armor because I do have proficiency in heavy armor.
Yeah.
And if I could have an even higher AC, that would be
like 168 hit points.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I could be the beefiest boy on our team who also heals.
Yeah. Oh, be fight.
Right? Like that, like who also heals literally at the snap of my fingers.
Yeah, and then the three of us are just fucking glass cannons in the background. It's like pew 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 pew. Love it.
And because I never want to fucking die again. I never want to get close to fucking dying again. So I want to protect myself in any way I can. So bang. You got any good big beefy armor for me?
Anything that does a strong.
Anything that does a beautiful strong.
I do, but I want to make sure you weigh all the benefits and deficits for, and he's going to kind of look you up and down in a not creepy, awkward way, someone of your stature wearing it.
I am proficient in it.
Nailed it.
I'm big, strong.
Well, let's
I'm so
try
strong.
I'm gonna point like hey and give a bardic inspiration to Gert. For you to use at your leisure at some point. I think I have inspiration left. Shit.
Gert, so your armor class is 17 from a combination, so it's 13. Nope, sorry. It's 14 from the current scale mail that you're wearing.
Oh.
Yes.
Plus 2 from your dex and plus 1 from a magic bonus. I don't see where that's coming from, but...
the magic bonus is from my amulet of healing.
There it is. Okay.
Or amulet of health?
I think it's amulet of health, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Feng is going to go over to the side where he's got a few, there's maybe 5 or 6 sort of mannequin, just like top halves of a mannequin that have sets of armor hung and fastened over them. And he'll go over to one that looks like a bunch of chain links put together, ringmail, and sort of give it a feel and look at you and say, I think this one is about the same as what you currently use. And then he'll go over to... Whoops, sorry, I mixed this up. That was leather with some rings sewn into it. Now he goes to a chainmail and like gives it a good hefty, like a couple of pats to check its sturdiness and says, well, this one would help you a bit, but it's heavy. And then he'll look over to the next one over, and it's like a much more like these first two look kind of clunky, like this mix of leather and metal and the rings tied together sort of thing. This next one it's like very clean. It's got super nice seams and lines, and the look of it is sleek and just like kind of scary looking almost. You can see vertical strips of metal like riveted in between sections of leather. It's like the one on the left is a 5-year-old kid, and this one is like full-fledged adult sort of thing. This is the best I've got, and I think you could use it, but it's heavy. And he'll like give a grunt as he sort of lifts it off of the mannequin, and like as he's carrying it over to you, unfasten a few of the like buckles, like heavy duty buckles that strap across the torso to tie it together, and open it up and offer it for you to try on.
Okay. I try it on.
Okay.
Do I fall down?
You do not fall down.
Immediately just crumble.
You do not fall down. However, yeah, what are you currently wearing again?
I'm wearing medium scale mail armor, but I think it had a magic something on it that gave me no disadvantage on stealth.
Right.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
CML is 14.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you put this on, and he's gonna help you sort of like fasten the 3 big buckles across the torso to make it fit well for you, and it fits fine. You could wear this. You can tell it's a fair bit heavier than the scale mail that you were currently wearing. By what is it, 15 pounds? 15 pounds heavier. And you can tell that you would be slower wearing this armor.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sure.
Not necessarily because you'd be like weight encumbered mechanically over the table. Weight encumbered is a different thing. This is a splint armor thing. You do not meet a strength requirement to not have this disadvantage. So you can wear it, you are able to use it, but you would be slower than normal.
How much slower?
And
10 feet.
Ooh.
So I could move 20 feet. Would my flying speed still be at 60?
Your flying speed would be 20 feet slower. Because your flying speed is twice your regular movement speed. So it's going to reduce both. Fang will chime in and say, at the very least, I can make it, the same as what you have. Put an enchantment on it to help with, when you need to be sneaky. But, unfortunately, I can't help your glutes.
Appreciate it, but we're gonna need to move. We're gonna need movement, and I don't think I can give that up. So I will stick with what I'm at. This is very pretty, though. This is very pretty.
He'll sort of like give you a single nod and help, unfasten it, take it back to the mannequin, and hang it back up with a thud. Come back tomorrow. I think I have an idea.
We'll be around. Most of us.
Most of us.
Well, I will absolutely see you tomorrow, good sir.
Thanks again. You're the best.
Stay safe out there, guys. And, let me know if you need anything else.
Oh, real quick, how's the new one working out for you?
She's more than quadrupled the output that I could have done by myself. It's great.
Perfect. Love
Fantastic. Excellent.
Love it.
This is what we want to hear.
Love to hear it. All right, have a good day. Have fun training.
Okay, so that is done. You now have the armor that you first commissioned, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Joe, for you, you will need to attune to this new spear to understand exactly how it is different from the one that you had.
Okay.
But at first glance, being a connoisseur of sorts of various weapons, you can tell that it is sturdier, it is more powerful, and its magic qualities kind of escape you a bit at first, but you can at least tell, like just from the physical look of this thing, this is gonna hurt more than the spear you just gave up.
Sure. Is there actually like a item that I'd be able to look up, or should I just kind of put it as special javelin right now?
I would just put it as a javelin
Or
for now.
Spear, okay.
Or just keep Thunderpoke, actually, because that works. It's essentially going to be an upgrade of Thunderpoke.
That's cool.
Okay.
Cool.
It
All right,
casts
I'll do those
lightning
later.
instead of thunder.
And if I give Joe the great sword of life stealing, will he need to attune to that as well?
Were you attuned to it?
I was.
You were, but it instantly attuned to you.
Yes.
Oh.
So did you physically hand it over to him?
I did not. Not yet.
Okay. So you don't know.
Okay. I mean, I will hand, once we walk out of the shop, I will hand over the sword to Cal.
And the base is a great sword of life stealing, is that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
For
make
the armor or like tablecloth that I got, is it still just categorized as the glamored studded leather thing?
For like adding it to your inventory, yes. We're just flavoring it as
Sure.
is special glamour studded armor.
Right.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Okay.
And Whirl's gonna be the last one to leave the shop, and she's gonna go back up to Fang and be like, how much for that the quiver back, just in case. Just in case.
Tell you what, I'm going to use some of the enchantments that I put on that to replicate for others. If you determine you want this back, it's yours.
We'll be back. And then she'll dive back out.
Okay. All right. And the hammering and pounding and scraping continues.
So once we are out the door, like on the street, I pull out the great sword of life stealing and I hand it over to Cal. And I say, it's too big for me. So if you can use it better than I can, or more effectively than I can, then great.
We shall see.
Okay. Cal, when she hands the sword over to you, couple little things happen. Both of you are going to feel a sort of warm sensation on the whatever part of the sword that you are touching at the moment of handoff. And all of you, except Taryn, because you're not there, you're going to see the sword glow a bright white for just a moment and actually elongate a few inches. And Cal and Gert, you will briefly catch a like flash of an image in your own minds that is a sort of aerial view of what you would recognize as a certain area of the Desserin Valley with this just massive scar across the ground. Green light emanating from underneath, and then directly above you is the red sky with swirling clouds that you had seen from the windows before. And Cal, you can feel that you are instantly attuned to the sword.
Nice.
Okay. Let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back, and we're going to come back to Taryn at the All Faith Shrine. So we will be right back. I started talking before we were back. Okay, we're back. As I was saying, that was I'm gonna say about 10 minutes or so at Fangs with the group, especially because like helping put on and off some armor that takes a significant amount of time to do was involved. So we're gonna shift over to Taryn now at the All Faith Shrine for basically that overlapping time. So we are here, I believe. Awesome. So, Taryn, you're going to the All Faith Shrine.
Yep.
Characteristically, the doors are just open since it's midday. And I don't know how you feel about that, but it would be noteworthy because of all of the recent events. Most people might assume that doors would be shut, locks would be in place, safeguards in place, that sort of thing. But the All Faith Shrine still has doors open to the public as usual.
I think so. Taryn's gonna like get up to the doorway and take one deep breath, and then step foot inside and kind of get a lay of how everything looks.
Lay of how everything looks in what regard?
Is in like, is there anything different? Are there like more people taking refuge in here than the last time we were here? Are there, has anything been damaged, etc.?
Okay. Make a perception check, please.
Ooh,
First roll of the day.
No way.
Pressure.
I love roleplay episodes.
Ooh, 18.
18. Okay, so number of people isn't really different. You've still got the familiar sight of maybe a few people sort of hanging out, doing their own, talking with one other person, or the occasional person praying in one spot or another. There doesn't really seem to be any damage internally, and both Imdar and Limura are sort of just doing their usual floating back and forth, just like occasionally talking to a person for a brief moment and then going to each other and talking a little bit more. But you can see that they both are a little more alert than usual. I'm going to say like almost on edge.
With my observant feat, could I grab maybe one or two things that they say, like things that they're mostly concerned about?
Yeah. You'll catch. So that's lip reading, right?
Yep, lip reading.
Okay. You'll catch at one moment. Excuse me. Limura will say to Imdar in a whisper, "Have you heard of any other incursions? And are we clear now? Are you sure?"
Okay. In that moment when both of them are together, I'll approach them, kind of wave them down.
Taryn.
Hello. I have some pressing business, and I think this could be big for Red Larch.
And both of them will sort of like drop their initial smile at you and go into like serious mode. What kind of business?
So have you ever seen a group of people use magic to achieve a greater effect than what each of them might have been able to on their own?
Well, of course there are magic circles and summoning rituals and other sort of procedures of the like.
Right. A while ago, there were these 4 drow that had been able to take us to places and show us things, by holding their hands, forming a circle. However, I don't think a single one of them could have done that by themselves. And I have an idea for something that the 3 of us, maybe Gert too, could do.
Do you mean to mimic the nature of these drow?
something similar to that, yes. But first I would need to know, are you able to cast spells of 5th level? And I'll like look at both of them.
So mechanically it's 5th level. I think in game it would be more of a sort of scale of a potency sort of conversation.
Probably, yeah. Because I just don't. I'm not sure how to word that without getting my point directly across.
That's okay. So you're saying, let's say over the table you're saying 5th level spells. In character you'd be more having a conversation, even if you can't say it yourself. That's fine. Of like, what is your capability, like your spellcasting capability?
Gauging like, can you do, looks at my own spell list.
Hallow?
Yeah, Hallow. That's the one I'm looking for specifically.
They're gonna sort of like both look at each other and raise an eyebrow and look back at you and say, or Imdar will say, "Well, I'm not quite as well trained to be able to, frankly, do something quite that powerful, but I am able to cast similar spells and similar rituals. What about you?" And Lymura is going to sort of shake her head and say, "I'm in about the same area, but I'm sure we could at least help."
Great. So yes, any help would be useful, because my thought was that by having a larger source of magical energy, we might be able to either get it done faster in a day, have the casting time be less than 24 hours, or maybe have that same amount of time but with a wider radius. Maybe if people were assisting from different points, we could pull the magic further.
Okay. I think in theory this could work. The rituals of Drow are fascinating and mysterious all at the same time. I've personally been able to work with some myself. This is Imdar talking. So I think if we were to know precisely what we're trying to do, channel a connection with you, and spend whatever time and input we can on our ends, we should be able to do something like that.
If we want to, we can try something similar, not with the Hallow, but is anyone here significantly hurt or maybe sick even?
Not anymore.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do both of you know the Sanctuary spell?
Yes.
We could try and do this with that, and see if we can increase the effect of this, so that maybe if it's at a smaller scale, we can impose that onto the larger.
This could work.
So maybe, because you two will be the one channeling, would one of you try to channel into the other and then cast that spell on myself? Or would you rather one of you have it cast on you?
Over the table, reiterate for me what you are trying to do with this adjusted plan now.
So, kind of the same thing that's going on with Hallow, except instead of using the Hallow spell, it's using the Sanctuary spell. To see if we can like maybe, in terms of Sanctuary, like make it to where the distance that somebody is away from somebody. Well, I guess it's not a distance thing. I guess maybe like in terms of sanctuary, it would be like increasing the spell save DC, or like I'm just shooting in the dark because I was not fully sure of how sanctuary could be affected.
Okay. But your overall goal is to protect Red Larch.
Yes.
Okay.
And also this whole sanctuary thing is like a test run to see if this magical capability exists, to see if you can like, because I'm still planning on using Hallow because of the distance that it covers. We're just running this test to see if it's possible to do anything like this.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're essentially testing them with Sanctuary to see if this theory can work before actually doing the thing.
Yes, and then I might actually change that to Zone of Truth because it is a similar effect spell where it's a radius around something.
Okay. So before we go back in character, I guess, which one would you like to do?
Zone of Truth, because I want to see if we can stretch out a radius.
Okay. Hello? Oh. Typing on the wrong keyboard. I didn't say anything weird, did I? Okay. Okay. Yeah, they'll both say, yes, we can try that.
So I suppose, well, what is Zone of Truth? Zone of Truth does take somatic. So maybe if both of you would place, I've never, the drow did it through context, but we need hands to cast the spell. So maybe if you each place a hand on my back and kind of like use me as a conductor kind of situation.
They're going to look at each other for a moment, give like one of those characteristic nods of recognition, and start to like just hold up a finger to you for a second and start to go to the various people that are here. And you can see that they are quietly and politely asking people to leave so that they can use the sanctuary that is here.
Okay.
It takes a few moments, but everybody eventually does agree and get up and leave. You'll see a few words of encouragement shared and like, go talk to this person if you need more help. Eventually the space is clear and they will lead you to the very simple and bland shrine at the front, at this like tiny little altar. As a reminder, this is the All Faith Shrine, so it's not really dedicated to any one deity or even sect, if you will. It's just kind of recognized as a global place of worship and that sort of thing. And they will Imdar will tell you to focus on the altar, and both of them will get behind you and each put a hand on your back.
So I'll be looking, I'll make it eye contact, air quotes. I'll stare at the centerpiece of the altar, and I'll start motioning using the somatic components to cast the spell.
Do you have somatic components? I thought you had a spellcasting focus. Oh, that's material. Never mind.
Yeah. I was gonna say I thought that you still needed to use the somatic, but
you
yeah.
Do.
So
right.
yeah, I'll start. I'll start like using the I'll start moving my hands and taking deep in and out breaths and really trying to like receive whatever Imdar and Lymura will be giving me from behind.
Okay. Where are you casting the spell? What's the origin point?
I would say probably in the middle. I guess if I'm facing the wall, I couldn't do behind me. I would want everybody, like all the three of us, to stand as close to the center of the All Faith Shrine as possible, and then cast it from the middle, cast Zone of Truth from the middle, so we can see how far out the radius goes.
Okay. Make an Arcana or Religion check, please. Actually,
So
add
Arcana.
advantage
Ooh. Okay. Advantage.
because you have helpers.
Are you 2 3s? That's a 9.
Dip.
It was.
It's a 9. Okay. So you struggle with a very new sensation at first, and you can't really see Zone of Truth, but I'm gonna say you can feel it. And you can feel the original power emanating at the expected about 15 feet away from you point, and then you can feel and hear both Imdar and Laimura sort of like grunt a little bit and then press more on your back. You almost have to like brace yourself a little extra to stay standing without getting pushed over by it, because it kind of surprised them. But eventually you can feel this sort of warmth coming from their hands and into your back, and then it takes you an extra minute or so, but you're able to sort of like hone in on what that focus of energy feels like and channel it down through your feet, and focus on the sort of ends of where the spell's radius is, and you do feel it start to grow.
I'll struggle to like keep my focus on expanding the spell out of excitement, but I'll stay there for as long as I can see until I can't seem to push it any further.
Okay. You will be able to get this to about 75 feet or so. You'd be able to tell before you kind of like lose connection and the struggle kind of gets to you, and it just retracts back down into its 15 foot. In character, you would understand that you were able to indeed get this spell to expand to greater than the sum of the 3 parts.
Cool. So as soon as the spell closes, I'm just gonna. Woo! That was loud. That was so loud. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That
Guys,
was so cute.
okay. This is gonna work. How are you feeling? Are you both okay?
That was strange.
Are
But
you?
when you look at them, you can see that they're both like sort of this mix of intrigued and confused, but not like depleted in any way.
So that wasn't a significant use of energy for you?
No, it seemed like we were just amplifying you.
That was over 4 times the regular length. This is big. If the two of you putting that little energy into this can amplify a spell that much, we could have all of Red Larch covered by the end of tomorrow.
Sounds good to us. What do you need?
I need 1,000 gold's worth of incense. And I just
There's like a
want the
drawer
money
in the
back.
back. Just
So, I can't remember if I told you this last time. If I didn't, I meant to. I'm good with, if we don't want to like at the table spend the time like doing the shopping thing, I'm good with just counting the gold as the same value of incense that you need or whatever the material is, as long as you have the gold.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Okay, cool. But because I said that, I think it's fine to. I think it's also funny and useful to just say, I need 1,000 gold worth of incense. But But I think we can. This is back in character. I think we can take care of everything by tomorrow. If not, maybe it'll take 2 or 3 days tops. Uh, this is big. Thank you, both of you, so much.
Of course. So what do you need us to do to prepare?
I need both of you to make sure you get well rested. Because if I'm casting a spell that's outside of your current ability to, it might take much more effort than what was needed today.
Fair enough. If it helps Red Larch, then we will do it.
Do you happen to have potions of healing or other things that have concentrated abilities rather than you needing to expend yourself throughout the day?
Between what we have in our quarters and what we can come up with by the end of the day, I think we should be able to cover that. Yes.
Okay, I don't want to take away from the people that are already here. Cool. Yeah, I just realized that Zone of Truth is still up, and I pull it in. It's like, okay. This is great. This is great. Here, I'm gonna give each of them 2 gold pieces and say, please go over to Pal's Pastries and get something. This is we need to celebrate.
So cute.
Now they'll both get a little bit of a smirk on their face, and yeah, of course. They can clearly see how excited you are about what you've discovered.
Okay. I'm gonna go find everyone else and tell them about this. Also, I'll start leading people back in here that were in here before. But
Okay.
yeah, you treat yourselves. This is huge. And then I'll just start like, I'll have a brisk jaunt outside of the door or towards the outside.
Awesome. Okay, so there we go. When you start helping people get back in and that sort of thing, everything seems to be still normal, or at least what normal looks like right now, outside. And you, at the point that you're starting to turn back, will see the rest of the crew leaving Fangs. The band's back together.
Fangs all here.
I'm noticeably more excited about our situation than what had happened than what was before.
Also, y'all, I don't know why I just remembered this. But I just remembered about a side quest that we have fully forgotten about. That this may be the perfect moment. We need to figure out how to make ice cream.
Oh my god.
I have had this idea in my brain for like an amount of time.
Like when he was like, go over to Pal's Bakery, I was like, oh right, ice cream. We told him to try to figure out how to make ice cream.
I have an idea.
I love ideas. So, I'm here for this.
That's
when
all.
When we decided we were making ice cream, I have full ass an idea that I think just mechanically with magic I think will work.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, let's go train some hippogriffs, y'all.
Is that what's next?
Think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
With I've already forgotten his name.
Thorsk.
Thorsk.
Too many consonants together.
Yeah.
Taryn, how did your thing go?
Fantastic. I have so much to tell you guys. This can wait until after and we're resting and not doing anything else right now because I'm gonna get very excited and I don't want to draw away from everything else that we're doing.
Also, stupid thought. Since Az and I are gonna be out the first 2 days. We still have this crown that lets people basically cast like a small amount of inspiration on things a couple of times a day. Does one of you three want that for the like time being?
What is this?
What?
We've had the crown,
crown
of
of
Bezelmer for
Bezelmer.
like a hot minute,
Oh,
and
that's
none of us have
right.
attuned
Yeah,
to it.
I think I have that because I took it off of the guy's head. and
Totally.
that's-
Yeah, I just remember like none of us cared to attune to it, but we have it. And from what I read, you like basically can't be charmed, and you can cast 3 inspirations a day at a d6. Which, if
Yep.
you are going to be making checks for things, I would suggest someone put it on. I hella remembered.
Sure.
Nice.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, since-
Lost Crown of Besselmer ad.
Taryn, if I feel like you're going to be working with more people, so I think you would be better to have that.
I could understand, but I'll be casting throughout most of the day. I won't have a
Can you,
ton of
like-
interaction.
Can you like prep yourself maybe beforehand?
I could probably pump some stuff into myself.
Yeah.
My other thought was maybe give this to the constable for morale purposes, but
Oh.
but maybe use this for myself tomorrow and then give it to him.
Yeah. Like get all of the inspiring and like happy thoughts out of it we can for the amount of time that we're around. And then pass it along.
Or to Fang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll. Cool.
You gotta attune to it, baby.
I'm not attuning to it yet. I'm just wearing it right now.
Nice. Incredible. I assume it's just some like gaudy fucking crown.
It's very like jeweled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if the Burger King paper crowns, if that was an actual
Absolutely, yes.
true crown.
And it's like all lopsided because of my horns aren't making it fit.
You're like dangling it off of a horn.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
Where's my blanket? I'm
So,
All right.
hippogriffs.
Peace.
Hippogriff.
Gonna go.
Let's
do
go
that.
see my babies.
All right.
Yeah.
We haven't by chance taken a short rest at any point of this, have we? Since our pew-pewing with the bad guys?
You have not.
Okay. I'm out of inspirations, gang, but that's fine.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
we're just like truly we're literally going to talk to this guy, and then we're going back to the inn to
Okay, fair.
chill out for the rest of the night.
Fair.
Yeah. Like I don't anticipate doing any actual training today
Okay, cool,
with
cool, cool.
Mhm.
with the hippogriffs. I just want to say hello, give him a little nuzzle, and then let him know what I would love to have my training be.
Sure.
With them.
Yeah. Okay.
So we walk over to Thorsk.
Sorry, what was that?
Thorsk.
It's like the noise you make to attract a cat.
Yeah.
Or like the noise that your computer makes when your cat walks on the keyboard. It's Thor's. That's what the voice to text comes up with.
I'm doing a confuse. Hang on a second. Yep.
Did you lose my babies?
No.
They have vanished.
So I haven't looked at the written descriptions of everybody on like the big list in a while. and it says, I mean, it is exactly what I've told you, but I forgot that. Remember how there's like sometimes more than one, like there's more than one butcher, and there's like a poultry shop, and there's more than one transportation related place, and Thorsk's is one of them.
God, remember when we found out there was a second butcher and we all about died?
Yep.
And we were like, what?
And I
More
got
than
confused
one?
because I forgot that the other wagon maker was the bad guy wagon maker.
Yes.
This guy is a stable and also wagon maker, but we haven't
And a wagon.
done anything with that, so I got
Oh,
totally
yeah,
confused for a
no.
second.
Oh my god, we participated in capitalism at the beginning of our campaign by eliminating a competitor.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We participated in capitalism. Fuck. Capitalism was always the bad guy.
Correct. Is that the theme of this campaign here? Imagine
Capitalism.
capitalism is
Capitalism.
wicked bad.
Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
Dragons, undead, something. Lesson learned: capitalism is bad.
Capitalism.
That's the general gist of anything from Dimension 20.
Yeah,
So
what was that?
Yeah, literally season 2.
they've truly talked
every
about
season,
that.
Every season.
Every
is capital-
season,
Yeah.
they've talked about it. That's the through line. Capitalism is bad.
We don't like
Laws are
capitalism.
threats made by the
That is anything
socioeconomic-
that is run by Brendan Lee Mulligan. That is the through line. Capitalism is bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I can assure you that is not my through line.
This time it's capitalism is okay.
I'm
Just
truly
kidding.
in
Not
world
capitalism
of high fantasy and evil shit trying to kill people and dimensions, and let's play D&D.
I like saying capitalism with a like Russian, like Eastern European capitalism.
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 Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we get to. Oh, and I just clicked away from it.
Fuck. We ruined it, guys.
We get to
there we
the
go.
void.
Thelorn's Safe Journeys, which is the 3 buildings with the stables on 2.5 of them, and the sort of inlet area in the first one.
Yes.
You guys just walking in, you walking around, checking things out. What's the approach here?
Just walking in.
I
And
want
I'm
to
gonna
check
say,
in.
"Where are my babies?"
Let's see. I need a reminder about this guy.
He loves me and loves us and loves my
He's
babies.
very excited about.
Glad somebody is.
Okay, yeah. So you sort of like burst in and where's my babies? And you'll actually see Thorsk out in the sort of courtyard. So we're here now.
Right. I forgot.
And if I zoom in a little bit, there's this sort of open area. I'll I'll move that 5 so it's not like blocking it. But this is I'll just put it right there. Sort of open area where like the various creatures that are being housed here can roam and graze in the cases that are appropriate. And then there's, as a reminder, there's that open area to the north that expands a little east and a little west. Basically follow the 3 trees. The tree to the right, and then the tree slightly north of that, and then the tree farther west of that. There's like a big open area fenced in there for all the horses and other creatures to sort of run around if they want to, as well as this little roaming area in between the 3 buildings. You can see Thorsk right in the middle here with one of the hippogriffs. Hippogriffs? Griffins? I always...
Hippogriffs.
They're hippogriffs.
I
Yes.
actually got it right, and then I questioned myself.
Yep.
I think because you used to always say Griffin and be like, wait, that's not right.
No, I'm on
Yeah.
the other side of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see him out there tending to one of them, sort of like patting it on the beak, and you can see him talking to it, and the other is just kind of like trotting around in the open area around them.
I don't remember the hand movement, but I walk out and I do the fancy hand movement.
That makes them come over and buck you on and then fly
Yes.
And then fly
Oh yeah. So the one that's not being tended to actually sees you first, because the other one is like
Oh.
super focused on Thorsk. and it like does the excited like wing out hopping thing. I don't know what that's like, trotting, I guess.
Yeah.
And then let out like a and almost too aggressively boop you. So I need you to make a dex or strength save.
Oh no!
Perfect.
You got it. It's fine.
Dex or strength save.
Your choice, yeah.
Perfect.
So cute.
13.
13. Okay, and what did you choose? Why can't I see it?
Dexterity.
Dex. Okay. So you go to like sort of match the intended movement because you know what's coming, and you can see that this bird is coming at you a little too hot because it's all excited. So you're able to time a little bit of a leap and just gently press with your hands enough when it would have crashed into you, you end up making it a more graceful thing. So it kind of like flips you over, you land on its back, and it takes you a quick moment to like rebalance and find the harness, and it just straight up in the air with you on it.
Perfect.
And at that moment, the rest of you are going to see like Thorsk is like, what is going on? And then sees that and does a moment of like, what? And then sees the rest of you hanging out at the entrance. It just does like this a couple times in that moment.
We're excited. Hi.
Wait, is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
That's the one that with the yes.
And then after a couple moments, Gert, you guys can see that he actually notices somebody on the back of this griffin, or hippogriff. God damn it!
Hippogriffin. It is now. Decision made.
If I just say bird, am I covered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's much more bird than horse.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
the Reynolds.
And then it'll start diving.
Yeah. Perfect. And then we do a beautiful, graceful landing. And I give him a very big hug. And I say, I missed you so much, good friend.
So the one that you had been mostly hanging out with was Claudius, right?
Correct.
This is Claudius.
Hi, baby. Yes. Yes, you too, baby.
Dog for demonstration.
Yes. And hi, yeah, yes, hello. And I hop off and I go over to Thorsk, and I say, hello, friend. Sorry, I had to make sure that the training was still there.
Gotta say, I can't remember the last time my heart sank like that other than riding one of these things. I'm glad it was you doing that.
It's great. And he's doing very well from what I see.
And have you guys ever seen the gif of the little like parakeet that's like doing the pop, pop,
Yep,
pop,
yep.
just walking around? He's doing that.
So cute.
Thorsk, I have a new, slightly, well, probably not slightly, much more complicated training request that I would love for you to help me with.
Oh.
We, as you know, there's a war happening.
Oh, it's that bad.
Yeah, it's that bad. And these beautiful boys were trained for it. And they've had a good rest. But I think they need I want them to join us when we go out there. And so I want to make sure that I can give them certain commands during the battle, and that they will follow those commands.
Well, you say they've been trained for this sort of thing. Any chance you know certain things that they've been trained to do already?
I have no idea.
Minor setback, but
Yes. All we know is that they've been trained to have riders. And we know that they've been trained to fight a manticore.
Yeah, that's what
you
we're
said
fighting,
that with a
right?
question
Yeah.
mark.
That was a question.
fight,
That was an over the table question mark.
Like, is that what the thing was? Yeah.
You had been involved directly with these birds and other birds being involved with the fight against manticores, yes. So you know that at the very least, you've personally witnessed that they have been able to, be wielded as mounts, is how I'm going to phrase this.
Right.
Sure.
They have battle experience.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Beyond that, we don't know much. And
Would you maybe be able to teach them evasive maneuvers because of the things that will most likely be fighting? I don't know if they can necessarily go toe to toe with the creatures coming out.
Something tells me it's going to be less about training them and more about training you.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the two things, that was absolutely one of the things that I would like for them to learn. And the other thing that I would love for them to learn, or I'm not even sure how best to go about this, but if one of our members go down, I would love for these guys to be able to either just pull them out or to bring them to me. So if you can figure out a way to best train them in that method.
Well, that at the very least would require the involvement of at least yourself and one other person.
I can help after maybe tomorrow or 2 days from now.
I will be here every day.
In the meantime, then, anybody who wants to be able to use these creatures as mounts actively would need at least a little bit more training as well. It seems you're able to ride them just fine, but combat riding is an entirely different experience.
We are fully confident in your capabilities as a teacher. Judging by your ability to get their mannerisms to change in comparison to how we first found them.
Well, thank you. I'm confident we'll be able to get a lot done. But it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. So, I can work with whoever can at whatever time.
Well, Cal, would you like to work with me early on in the week? And then is in Whirl, when you all are back from your adventures, we can... Whirl,
Yes.
if for no other reason, than to safely get you off of the battlefield.
Okay.
That is all I'm asking.
Okay.
Just to have a possible escape route if something bad happens.
Yes, I will do my best. Yes.
I'm not saying that I need you to be on Claudius or Talik the entire time, but I think it is beneficial for all of us to at least have a little bit of training in case something happens and any of us need,
To use.
again, just a quick out.
Sure. But I won't like it.
You know, chances are if you need to be flown on the back, you might not even remember it anyways. I know that's kind of dark, but
Well, that's yeah, great. That
But-
makes me feel so much better.
that's the most I can offer as condolences. It's not
Sure.
that great, but I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we also might need to figure out a way if if they can well, I mean, they carried our entire carriage at one point. So I'm sure they could just pick you up in one of their talons and
Oh, thank you. Yes, this makes me feel so much better.
Cozy.
hey,
Just like
if you don't want to learn how to ride them,
I said fine. I said I would do it. I just wouldn't enjoy it. I don't have to enjoy everything. I'm going to do it.
you're gonna learn to love them. I
Yeah,
know
I'm
it.
just going to be indignant about it the whole time.
You're gonna learn to love them. I know.
Fine.
it.
No. Fine.
All right. So I have a meeting with Fang at some point tomorrow, but beyond that, I am all yours.
Very well. I'll come up with some plans for you.
Fantastic. And then I grab Claudius by the, like, not by the beak, but by the cheeks around his beak, and I just give him a little kiss. Love you.
Excellent.
Yes. And then we all go home and I read.
We're making ice cream.
We want to try and figure out how to make ice
We're gonna
cream.
make. I have an idea.
Y'all can make ice cream. I am reading.
I need your help for ice cream.
You need my help for ice cream.
Yes.
Oh,
So
no.
here's my theory. We take cream. We put in bucket.
Uh-huh.
We put in. We then and also maybe a flavoring that we want the ice cream to taste like, so it's not just
Okay.
cream. And then you with your mage hand are gonna hold it and you're gonna shake it, and then I am gonna blast cold at it, because then it gets the shaking in, but you don't have to touch it so that your hands don't get cold, but your mage hand will get cold, but that's fine because it's mage hand. And I'm gonna blast cold in it, and then we make ice cream.
Okay.
Rude. It's gonna work.
I mean, I can have my mage hand shake something while I'm reading.
I mean, fair. Can you?
I
I
thought
mean,
it took like concentration to read, like more focus.
Yeah.
I guess mage hand doesn't though, so it might be.
yeah, mage hand's a cantrip.
Tight.
Yeah.
Not your life. Well, then you can read, and we will make ice cream.
What if we did strawberry for our flavoring?
If we can find strawberries. I'm really good at growing strawberries. Every time I plant them, they come back the next year.
That's really cool.
I mean, like, I don't have them now, but if we found strawberries, we could mash them up into the cream, and then we could do strawberries in the cream.
I
That
bet
is
the
nice.
constable would. I bet the constable or Pal would know where if there were strawberries that grew nearby.
Yeah. Can I do a nature check and just see if I've like
Okay.
remembered any strawberries, like us wandering around?
I don't think we need to make a check. You've seen,
Alright, fair.
you've seen
Okay.
strawberries around.
Yeah. I'll go to the places I remember strawberries were at, and I'll go pick some strawberries, and then someone else can go get cream in a bucket, like a clean one though.
Yeah. I'll go get cream.
Great. This is gonna work.
So, Juice,
Yeah.
just so you are aware, Gert fully intends to spend every full evening reading.
Okay.
And as you've said, it's gotten easier every day, like every time I've done it. So like, I guess, would Gert have an idea of how much time she actually does need to devote to reading this? Because like, when you're reading a book,
Mhm.
you know, you've got pages,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you can say, oh, I've got this much left, right?
Right.
So could I safely I don't know, devote 4 to 5 hours for the next 4 days and know that I will have the rest of Tome of Foes read?
Make a perception check at advantage.
If you're like actively looking and wondering about this, I can offer guidance, but I don't know if that would be possible of how you're doing it in character.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at my book trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to get all of this done. You know. So you said a perception check with advantage?
Yes.
And then the D4 for guidance.
So that's a 16 is my highest, and then a D4. That's a
Nice.
20. That's
Nice.
a dirty
That's
20,
pretty
baby.
Nice. Okay. Judging by how many pages are physically present and how many are filled, you would be able to gauge that you are here it is. About halfway through. And at the same time, you know that it's been getting easier, so you'll be able to do it much more quickly. You're confident, yes, that given several hours an evening, you could probably even get through it even faster.
Great. Perfect. Because, yeah, that is 100% like the training with Claudius and Talik and just getting through this book. And getting all of the information that I can glean from it. Because even if it is nothing, it might be something.
Sure.
And that is important enough to her at this point to make that a focus.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can do that.
Yep. So that's where. So yeah, I don't know how you want to like split that up or whatever, but I'm just letting you know that like that is the plan, that is the goal.
Yeah. So over the table, I've got a couple ideas that we could probably talk about as it comes. I'm looking at what's left in the area that you're in right now. Okay. Yep. I've got ideas for how to handle that when we get there.
Great.
Cool. What's next?
Gert's going to the inn and going to her bed.
If we're
So
getting
yeah,
stuff to
relaxing
make
at the
ice
inn. Beer,
Mhm.
beer.
Beer.
Logan, your Zoom froze for a moment. I missed what you said.
I was saying it. Well, if we're gonna go get ice cream, and then I started looking at the list for locations, but I'm totally fine with waiting to do that until later.
Okay. Excellent. It is late afternoon by this point. So to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
With ice
Excellent.
cream supplies.
With ice cream supplies.
Yes.
You could. Well, the cream you don't have, but that may be something that you could get at the inn or other places.
Surely they have coffee with creamer here.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, obviously.
What is
Come
this,
on.
Faerun? Jesus.
Okay, you get to the inn. It's a little bit tense in this atmosphere. You may recall that it was just this morning that the town was attacked by demons, so people are a little on edge, and it's not nearly as busy as it usually is. But you can see at least a couple of patrons hanging out. You could see like hushed whispering happening all the time. Taryn, you're able to see immediately that people are talking, like the few people that are here are talking in hushed tones about what was that attacked us this morning. Somebody thinks that it was devils, another person thinks it was demons, someone else thinks that the gods are spiting us, we did something wrong, and general like confused discourse about what the fuck was that.
I think I'll like lean over to everyone and be like, hey, I'm gonna give a quick little speech just to ease nerves. It might get a little loud.
The first ones you go to will be like,
I meant the party, not the strangers. I was like telling the group. And then I will cast thaumaturgy just to make my voice project further. Good evening. I know tensions are high and everyone's concerned, rightfully so. However, the events of today were not a result of divine wrath or anything of that sort. It's something completely different. Yes, those of you who are concerned of demons and devils, that does seem to be the case. However, it's being worked on, and hopefully by the end of tomorrow, we won't have another event like that.
make
So for tonight,
make a persuasion check, Taryn. Oh, sorry, I totally cut you off too. Please finish.
Oh, I was just gonna say, for the rest of tonight, enjoy your time here. Persuasion.
Can I wait? Can I like take out a tambourine?
I'm not
and be
looking.
Like, "Ting, ting, 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 shit."
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
You can do it.
I was just saying, was there any way I could give him advantage by like doing something vaguely musical?
You know what? Sure.
I'll just like background music like on my dulcimer, just be like, yeah, da 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 da. That's not how you hold a dulcimer.
You are
Yeah, I just,
proficient in persuasion, right?
Very.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
21.
Okay.
That's the lowest I can roll for persuasion.
A random person is gonna pipe in and say, "Someone told me you brought them here," but and he's gonna like turn to the rest of the group or the rest of the people who are here and say, "But I saw them fight them off, so I think that's probably not true." Well, if you say so, man, we'll I mean, it's still kind of tense, but okay.
I'll drop the thaumaturgy and then kind of walk over to that group. Hey, it's totally fine. I understand. Paranoia is pretty high. And in some ways you might be right on both accounts, but this would happen if we were here or not. So it's okay. You take whatever time or course of thought is soothing to you, but we're doing our best to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Fair enough. Saw what you guys could do out there, so at least it makes me feel a little better that you're looking out for us.
Of course. Does this guy have food or drink on him?
Yeah, they have a full table of stew and ale in front of the three of them.
How much do those drinks cost? Asking the guy.
Oh, we got the cheap stuff. It's a copper a piece.
And then how many of them are sitting at this table?
3.
I'll go ahead and buy them all another round. So I'll drop 2 silver on the table.
On the table, on their table, or at, like, buying the drink at the counters?
On their table. Here, you guys can get whatever you want with this.
Oh, well, thanks.
And then I'll head back over to the group. Or to the party.
Is Gert, Cal, the whole time this is happening, you're getting like a couple of these sorts of looks from people. It's very not well hidden at all. And then you'd realize, for the first time in a while, you seem to be the only non-human looking people other than Terran and Whirl who are like commanding attention at the moment. So people are like giving these looks like, huh. But then
Can't
all that
imagine why they're staring. Weird.
I mean, I think Gert's pretty single-minded at the moment. And so, like, she walked in. Jeez, I muted myself in the middle of that. She walked in, and said to the group, "Let me know if you need anything," and then just walked up to her room. You know,
okay.
Yeah, she just immediately walks up knowing she's going for her book, and that's where she needs to be in that moment. So yeah.
Okay.
So
Sounds good. Anything else for anybody overall?
Buying around for everyone, I would send one upstairs to Gert. And then to finally actually play music here, World would check with
Kaylessa.
Kaylessa, thank you, first, and then go on stage and play something.
Yeah, she wholeheartedly gives you the thumbs up.
Fabulous. I wouldn't even play for money. I would just play a song. I'd tell a whole story about a really interesting thing that happened with me and Nyavera, and then go, fuck, I should probably check in with her. And then end the story with, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Excellent. Okay, so the rest of it's evening now, early evening. The rest of the evening is yours. Sounds like Gert wants to dive into the book. And while I'm getting that drummed up here, is there anything else in particular for anyone else?
Cal, do you know what that stone does? It's the sharpening one. Do you want me to look at it?
I'll hand it over and let you inspect it closer.
Cool. I'll identify the sharpening stone to figure out what exactly it is. Since we never really did that, we just had it and then we were like, cool, and then walked away and went and bought some bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Okay. World, this is a magical whetstone. It will not only sharpen the weapon that it is taken to, but given time and care, it will actually increase the power and any existing magical capabilities of whatever it is being used to sharpen.
Can it make a non-magical weapon magical?
No.
Okay.
Whoops. Oh, I'm gonna try this. Nope, that's terrible. I'll have to do smaller sections.
I got juked by that notification. I clicked on it and it was gone.
Gert, make a perception check. The DC is going to be fairly low because, like I said, this is getting easier as you go.
16.
Okay, this is it's being a pain. 16.
Yep.
You did get that. Okay.
Oh, you did, yeah.
The section you start reading through now, or sections. Here's what I'm going to do. Because Discord's being a pain in the butt, I'm going to give you verbal descriptions now, and I'm going to put in, like, focused time to actually get this into Discord in a way that's readable.
Sure.
The sections that open up to you, or write themselves, I guess, to you as you're reading, are more about elven deities, a little bit about the drow, and a bit about the spider deity Lolth. You can tell that everything in these sections is... It might give you some supplemental knowledge about the drow and their culture, and religion a little bit, but nothing directly helpful for what you guys are involved with. So you're able to get through a good few chunks of this very quickly in this first go. And you can see that coming up is a bit more of the same regarding dwarves. And in the time that you've got, you get just through the very beginning of a section about dwarves for now.
Okay. Great.
Okay, that's a couple hours of Gert's time. What about everybody else?
I'd probably spend some time attuning to the Lost Crown of Bezelmer.
Okay, that'll take an hour.
I don't know what else I would be doing.
We're still like kicking it in the tavern, right?
Yeah.
The thing is like literally kicked back against the wall, her feet up on like another stool or a bench or something, just kind of like whittling at something absentmindedly, and then just clocking anybody that comes in, and like, you know, she'll see them in her view, like blink and then be wearing their clothes, and then very quickly turn into them and then back to her, and then she hears the next person. And every time Kaelissa walks in, she just kind of smiles, but every time she does, she changes into her, and then she just shifts back to herself. Just messing with people.
Are you making this scene on purpose? Or are you trying to hide it, doing your own thing?
Oh, just doing it. Like, not even caring if people are seeing it. And she expects that most people here in Red Larch that are, like, local to here have seen her pull something like this before. And she's just trying to pass the time and, like, kind of, like, I don't know, make people laugh or scare them. I don't know. She's kind of just into whatever's happening.
Okay. Yeah, you'll get a couple moments at first of people, like, doing a double take at you, and then, like, you change back and they're like, wait, what? Nobody like super freaks out or anything, but you definitely accomplish your goal of messing around with some people.
Cool. World's got her cool music, and I can just do this, I guess. This is my party trick.
Okay. If there's nothing else at the moment, I think this is a good opportunity for us to take one more quick stretch, restroom, refill, all that jazz break.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be right back.
Cool.
Woo! All right, we're back. It is now evening. We've done a few things that people wanted to do to sort of wrap up the day. Is there anything last minute before we actually do the evening? Like overnight, sorry.
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Not for great.
Okay. So it's officially hitting the time that you would need to think about resting for the evening, or risk exhaustion by extending yourself to do other things. How would you guys like to handle that?
Sleepy buys.
Sleep.
In the room.
Bert's probably gonna do that thing where my husband can tell you that I do this all the time, where she's reading and then the book actually like falls on her.
Oh, wow.
And
So
she
endearing.
realizes, and then she just puts the book down and goes to sleep.
Is it like a gentle, like your arms slowly get there and then just plop, or is it like a jolt you awake
Plop. Yeah.
flail kind of thing?
Is right in between.
Okay.
It's a small thud. It's a small thud, and she like realizes what happens and just closes the book and puts it aside.
Fabulous.
Goes to bed.
Adorable.
I think. So I would cast Liamon's Tiny Hut in the room just to start expending energy, hopefully to like get more experience and then like advance level up process, air quotes. But like Taryn's just trying to practice and get better with magic. Actually, hold on. Idea. If Whirl is in the room,
Yes.
I would approach Whirl and go, so when I was at the All Faith Shrine, I learned that Limora and Imdar could help me expand the radius of Zone of Truth, and therefore hopefully Hallow.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this would work with all magic types, or just because we're all clerics and get our powers from the same general source. Because this seems a little bit too easy. So I was wondering if we could try and expand the hut.
I mean, sure. How?
So they just put their hands on my back and just put some magic juice into me. That's the best way I can describe it.
Is it like a specific type of magic juice? Like, is it like this magic juice or like that magic juice? Just wanted to make sure. Sure.
I'm losing it over here.
Oh my god.
Some of that magic juice.
Yeah. Just so I know what like the flavor of magic juice that we need to start putting in the things.
Christ.
Could we say that at this point I would have taken a short rest and it would at least get that type of stuff back? In general, like lightly playing a music, drinking a beer.
Yeah, I think that argument can be made. Yeah.
Fabulous. So many hit die that are unnecessary. Yeah, I can like say nice things at you if that's helpful, or I could just like, I don't know, think about magic and stuff.
So you know how the Drow did their things with like the holding hands and teleporting and whooshing everywhere, right?
Yes.
So they just kind of like put their hands in the middle of my back, and then I'm assuming just like did basic, you know how you can do cantrips and it's just a very small amount of magical energy that you just do stuff with. I'm guessing that that's what they did. They didn't really explain that process, but I want to see if it can happen with all kinds of magic, because you and I are different from how we do this.
Sure. That sounds, yeah. Okay. Well, just in case, I believe in you, and I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is a D10. Boop. Should I just like play one of my instruments, or do you think I should be touching you?
So, is there one? How do you channel your magic? I guess we've never really discussed how that works.
Sure. I don't entirely know either, because some of it just comes from like, not necessarily the necklace, but like some of it is just a feeling, and then some things I have that like specifically come from certain instruments, and then some of them, like when I'm singing a song that is distracting someone, it also becomes instrument based. So lots of things, I guess. I think it focuses through instruments, but then sometimes, yeah, that makes sense.
What if? I think maybe if we. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
How do we? Maybe start with just like general, just like playing around me, I guess, and
Sure.
like focusing on amplifying this effect. And then if we need to, maybe like do like the hand on the back situation.
Totally. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out the zither because it feels more magical. And just start kind of generally playing things and like focusing energy on you. I'm gonna like, since you mentioned cantrip, I think I'm gonna like
Okay.
in my brain use that as either like the same way I would cast like a mending or a message, of the just like that same way I would focus stuff, and kind of do it that way, but also playing the zither.
Okay. And then I will start ritual casting so that it takes longer, and then I can get more of a feel out for what's going on. See if there's anything different than regular.
Casting, I'm sorry, what again?
Lehman's tiny hut.
Oh, okay. Neat.
With the intent to do the same thing that you did with Zone of Truth.
With Zone of Truth, make
Cool.
it bigger.
Cool.
And then like the information that we're trying to find is, did that work because Imdar and Limora were clerics and knew the same spell and could do it? Or is it like a universal technique that everyone can do?
Totally.
Okay. All right. So
Science.
you cast the hut, and there's some music happening. I'm gonna have both of you make an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay.
And you have a D10 if you want it.
I do. I would like the D10.
Nope. Come back here. You.
Okay, well that's real big. And then we'll add the D10 for maximization.
For
21.
some reason, mine didn't show up, but I rolled a 17. I have a +6 for a 23.
Okay. So we have 21 and a 23. And over the table, the check is not for the result. It is for your perception of what the result means.
Totally.
The result is, Taryn, you cast the hut and you like keep concentrating on it a bit and try to, I guess, allow the assistance of Whirl's attempt here to help you out with making it expand in the way that you were talking about. And Whirl, you can sort of feel, both of you, I guess, can feel a sort of connection of sorts. It's extremely abstract and just barely anything more than, am I thinking it's true or is it actually happening, sort of thing. And you can see the hut sort of shimmer a little bit extra, but it doesn't do anything different than normal other than that. Your understanding of this result would be along the lines of, Taryn, what your theory was, that the other two were clerics and were able to cast the same spell, so they were basically channeling the same energy and verbal somatic components of the spell being cast and all that sort of, like, everything overlapped. For this, there's like zero overlap between what you're doing, other than the fact that what you're attempting is magical in nature. You are able to glean that perhaps with some practice and effort and research, you could do what you intend to do without so much overlap between the people involved. But right now it's extremely difficult, near impossible.
Gotcha. You feel that too, right? You get what's going on?
Yeah, like it's like thinking about it, but not quite there.
Right.
Cool.
So if we keep at this, maybe like figure out a different strategy. Maybe it worked for me and the other two because we knew exactly what was going on all the time and figured out how to work it. Maybe there just needs to be a different strategy. If you and I, or like me and Iz, or you and Iz, everyone just to combine magic, maybe there's just a different like rhythm and stuff for it.
Yeah. Is there like a library around where we could figure this out? Or would we have to probably go back to Red Larch, Waterdeep?
I mean,
Do you know if there are any like big fuck off libraries or places we could learn shit in Silvermoon?
You know who does have a massive library?
Who has a massive library?
Renwick.
Which does.
I was gonna say Silvermoon does, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
they're hoity-toity bitches. So maybe
Okay, sure they're hoity-toity bitches. You and I can pretend like we are anyone.
that's also true. That's also true. I know how to get under their skin too, so that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Stop giving
God,
me
I
ideas.
cannot wait to see the roleplay of hoity-toity bitches.
Yes, when my wagon has
Cut to, I'm a purple girl in the Barbie.
Spoiler alert, I'm going
It's my favorite
to
shirt.
lean into that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Partners in chaos.
Hell yeah.
Am I even a decent DM if I don't let the chaos flow?
It's very
It's
much
so
like the
chaotic.
spice. It must flow.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that's maybe a thing we do in amount of time.
And then
Correct.
I would also suggest maybe on your adventures, even is when you're out, maybe see if your warlock stuff can like cohese, like work together.
Yes.
Okay.
This is if we figure out that we can combine our magics together in ways like this could be really big.
Yeah. Any other errandy things that you guys think we should do while we're out? That includes you, Sleepy Gert.
Do we need to go anywhere specific to research stuff other than said kind of library, or are we hoping that we just knock that out via reading stuff?
I mean, it was more of a, I don't know where we would find that information or who else we would talk to about it that isn't already at the academy, but it feels like everyone at the academy is busy. So there are other places we can reach out for information that we're kind of looking at. Also, maybe we should figure out more stuff about that hand and that creepy ass eye that we like keep almost talking to people about and then not actually talking to people about.
Yeah.
Also, if you, I can still do.
I don't know. It might show up in my book.
Right, but
It
just
might,
in case we get to the end of your book and it doesn't have anything about
Sure.
like just a hand,
Sure.
then maybe there's other places.
If we want to ask about Waterdeep, I can cast sending to like the headmaster or somebody else, or the not the headmaster, the other guy, the second in command guy.
Yes.
Do we want to do that real quick?
Sure. Do we like schedule wise, when would we want ideally to be around there, or do we just want to see if they have information, or what?
I think if they have like a book or something, they could get it out and get it ready.
Sure.
And then you guys, while you were traveling, could just pick it up at whenever's most convenient.
So here's my thought about the traveling. I mean, I guess if we hopped there, they could probably send us back. Never mind. New brain. We're good. Because I can only do one. I can only do one teleporting of people a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to get stuck there for an extra day if no one can send us back. If we are more useful with you guys.
I think right now, because Gert's gonna be focused on that book, and since our magic doesn't really flow well together, I don't think there's much that really could work. There's like we could really like you would necessarily need to be here for, other than the hippogriff training.
Okay. Cool.
I can't think of like. I mean, if y'all can find, like, yes, we need information on the hand of the eye, but also any information that you can find on the great worm, the great
worm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That. Yeah.
Would
that
we know
thing
that?
too.
Do we know the word Dracolich yet?
Dracolich?
Yes. Have we heard that word before? And also, in addition to the recognizing of the fact that he has a gem in his chest.
Geminis. Oh, I thought you said Geminis.
Make a history check, everybody.
Ooh, I would like to use guidance. Where's history?
Damn it. 14.
22. That is a crit.
Maximum 8. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, 8.
9.
Fabulous. Mine's my tabletop thing or the D&D Beyond extension got messy, so 6. I got a 6.
Okay.
Gert does.
Is vaguely in theory any creature can become an undead creature sort of realm for you, and you witnessed this dragon do things to itself that are like transforming it in various ways. So dots could be connecting. Gert, you have heard I'm gonna say read about Dracoliches in theory. I'm gonna say you haven't really heard of any like in particular, like by name, but you have an understanding that turning a Dracolich undead has happened in the past, both in the Forgotten Realms in Faerun and in other places around the Forgotten Realms. The state of Thay comes to mind, which is a magocracy of of people who are very focused on necromantic practices.
Cool.
And then safe bet that the gem is probably its phylactery, the place where it stores its own essence, so that if it dies by body, it doesn't completely die, and you actually saw it like respawn out of that gem in front of your eyes. So
sure. So we just need to get the gem. We need to kill the gem. How do we kill the gem?
How do we kill the gem?
So Dracolich, kill the gem.
How does one destroy a gem?
Is there a keyword for that that we might want to look for?
Is there a what? I'm sorry?
A keyword to like look for instead of just kill the gem.
Phylactery.
Me asking Gert.
Gert would know phylactery.
Yes.
What Gert have said words are hard. They
Yes.
out loud? You would have said they?
Sure. Yeah.
I ask because I would have remembered this. Bastion is in Fae. He went to go study with some wizards in Fae, and we were like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then he was like, "Bye," and just left.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
he might know. So he could be attached
Cool.
to more sneaky shit.
Great. Cool. Talk
That's
to
all.
him.
I'll try.
Get
I
all,
can't.
yeah.
You're the two that can talk to people long distance.
Cool. Yeah. We can do that.
Right.
Yeah, I still can't. I've actually
Okay.
not been able to do it because both of you can.
Well, So,
Okay.
so Gert, since you know about Faye and about this, about the things, do you want to do Bastion and then I'll talk to the assistant headmaster at the college about a book, maybe?
Sure.
Just be like, yo, what do you know about Draco Liches? You want to help us out?
Sure.
We're also Psy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Whirl. Hey, Whirl. You want me to
You got something in your eye there, babe? You should do something in your face.
How much you want me to tell him?
Worrell remembered that is a fact. And then like probably just like ask him the questions that we have.
Which are
I don't know.
How about this? Looking at our
Yeah.
time, we can have that tabled as a thing that you guys can plan in between now
Oh,
and
yeah.
our next session. Because there's
Yeah.
plenty
Appreciate
of other
that.
stuff we can do in like the next half hour today.
great.
But write it down so that we so we
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
end up in the same.
Gert will call Bastion about stuff.
I'm
And-
currently typing out a thing for
Okay.
assistant headmaster.
Great.
Perfect.
Perfect. You love it.
Great. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Cool. Other things we would need to do tonight, or is it sleepy time? Or do we have any other thoughts?
That's not how you spell
A daily struggle.
I think tonight, guys, I'm gonna go back into my necklace because the last time I went in my necklace, there were just magically extra shit there, and now I'm like interested in it.
Cool.
That'll be
Yeah.
very cool. And hopefully
Did you
help.
tell us what magically extra?
Oh
shit
yeah,
there
no,
was?
because we woke up and I was like, oh my
Great.
god, I have this spell
Great.
scroll. Yeah,
Perfect.
I just didn't come out immediately because I was still sleeping in there.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
we're
Excellent
getting
role playing on
tired.
sleepy time, Sam.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Gold star.
Sleepy time.
Nailed it.
Yeah. No. Let's go bedtime.
Let's go bedtime.
Let's go sleepies.
Okay.
Are you messaging tonight, or are we working on that tomorrow?
I'm gonna do that tonight just in case I need more power for tomorrow.
Cool.
So I just sent that in campaign talk info.
Ooh, okay.
World will pick up.
I ran out of words.
No, that's just funny. I like that. I like that I have become like the delivery driver of information.
It's crazy how when you can be anywhere at any time,
Yeah.
it's so
Once.
much easier to get information across.
A day.
I love reading these 9th level spells. The paragraphs of information go bonkers.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
I read the cost of true resurrection.
It's an amount.
It's
Response
25,000
sent.
gold.
25,000? Yep, that sounds about right.
Main library. I'll say this out loud. Main library at the Orders Tower, Section B, bookshelf 17, second row. Elves. I hope you're still on our side with this.
Oh, rude.
Wow.
I wish I could send the thumbs up emoji through things.
I was gonna say, did the words "or how to destroy them" not like? I feel like the destroying them was the kicker of how we would be on the good side about it. But maybe I'm wrong.
It wasn't even or how, it was and how. As in we are looking for that specific.
And how?
And how?
And also with you. Okay.
Yeah, can you send a sending response that's like not a whole spell slot and also just a vibe?
I say his name. I say the assistant headmaster's name with so much passive aggression that I hope he sneezes.
Cool.
All right. So
Maybe
rest
times?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hop in my necklace.
You hop in your necklace.
Yep.
Perception check.
Oh.
Inside of my necklace.
Yeah. You said you were gonna look around for if anything else was like
I
out of
mean-
place, right?
It was more last time. It was just there was just a thing on my table that was like, "Hey, here's a spell scroll that like clearly you want." So I figured either things. Maybe I will check.
Well, I could always use your passive perception.
Oh, it's not very good.
13,
My passive perception is 14.
14.
Yes.
Nothing seems to be out of place.
Maybe I'll check again in the morning. Now, because see, now I'm in my head about it because you asked me for a perception check. That's fine. I think I'll just go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, being very worried that we're gonna have some fuck off dream tonight.
If I just
Alright.
let myself die in a dream, what could go wrong, right?
Right?
As you go to sleep, nothing happens. Yay,
God
long
damn it.
rest.
God, it was
Hey, long
you were
rest.
leading us into that.
You're also
Ooh, God.
paranoid.
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so go ahead and mark a long rest. Everything is restored accordingly. And I think given several factors of things that are going on, I think this is a good place for us to stop for today. It sounds like some new ideas are flowing, so I'm going to I would like for you guys to sort of talk about that between now and the next session, see what we can flesh out, both so that you know what you want to get done and so I can plan accordingly for at least the parts that I should. So yeah, that's good. That's gonna be it for today.
Just in case, can I now in the morning be like, all right, I'm gonna actually look over my room
Yeah, quick perception check.
and be like, listen, you've got this. And I'm giving myself an inspiration just in case.
You got it. I forgot that I can't give you guidance because you're.
No, but I can give myself super guidance.
Yeah.
Perception.
Eh.
Perception, yes.
Hell yeah. I'm going to roll the d10 because I want to.
Get the 31, please.
I mean, that's muggle.
Oh, now it's coming through.
Yeah, I refreshed it just now. I don't know if this was going to show up. Oh, come on. Did it? I rolled an 8, so 29.
Okay. You are positive. Nothing is out of place. Nothing extra is here.
Rude. And then I'll hop out of my necklace.
Okay. So we'll begin our next session at the next morning. I have marked that we have gone through half a day since the 7-day charge has been placed.
Half a
And-
day. Good to know.
Yep. Basically midday this day will be the 1 full day gone mark. Or like late morning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. So, let's see real quick. Nope. Yep, we're out of here. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye, everybody.
Buddy.